Hello everybody, today we're talking about the Dalai Lama 14 and the conflict with China. So I think we can see in here in the Tibet that the place Dalai Lama 14 was born. And as you can see in here, the map of Tibet, you can see Tibet located in the center of the Asia continent, and its neighbor is China, Bhutan, and Nepal. It also located the lofty Tibetan plateau on the north side of the Himalayas, and it shares Mountain Everest with Nepal. People always call it the roof of the world because it is so high. And after the Dalai Lama was forced into exile to India, so Tibet became an autonomous region of China. And its main religion is Buddhism. You can see in here, Buddhism is the fourth religion all over the world with about 375 million people following, and the top three is Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism. Buddhism separates to three major branches. The first one is Mahayana. You can see here in the picture of the monk who follow the Mahayana branch, and you can see Mahayana branch in China, Vietnam, Japan, Korea, Singapore, and Taiwan. The next one is Theravada, and as you can see in here is the picture of the monk in Thailand, and you can see the monk wearing the clothes like that in Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, and Thailand. And the last one is Vajrayana. As you can see in the corner in here is the picture of the young monk from the Tibet, and Bhutan, Mongolia, Nepal, Tibet is the country follow the Vajrayana branch. And the Dalai Lama are important monk of the GEOG. That means GEOG has school of the newest school. That is the newest school of Tibetan Buddhism. And you can see the picture in here. That's the uniform they wear in that school. And the Dalai Lama 14, everything beginning with the reincarnation of the first Dalai Lama with the name Gendun Grupa. He was born in 1391 and passed away in 1475. He was believed that he is the reincarnation of Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara, and the Buddhists believe that is Bodhisattva of the compassion and salvation. And before the first Dalai Lama passed away, that means he goes to Nirvana. He give his daily necessity, and he give the verse. It like the poem for his study, for his students and his disciples to find the next reincarnation of himself. And everything continued that with the next Dalai Lama, and when he passed away, and the next Dalai Lama will give the evidence like the daily necessary, the verse, and some guide for let the disciples to find the next Dalai Lama. And according to the book, the name is The Noodle Maker of Kalimpong by Anna Frusten and Galo Thondrap. That is the oldest brother of Dalai Lama. After the 13th Dalai Lama passed away in 1933, his body was pushed to face the southeast, but after that he had automatically turned to the northeast. And then the disciple followed the northeast and found the 14th Dalai Lama. That kind of misery. Yeah, that's unbelievable, but it's true. Uh, and Dalai Lama 14, the name is Hamo Dondrov. I don't know I speak that right or wrong, but that have that name. He was born on July 6 on 1953 in the poor peasant family in small village. And he was recognized as the reincarnated Lama of the 13th Dalai Lama at 2 years old, and at 6 years old he began to join the Lama training school in Lhasa, that's the capital of Tibet. And in the March of 1959, in front of about 2,000 scholars, the Dalai Lama passed the final examination and to become the doctor of Buddhist philosophy. In 1989, he was awarded to the Nobel Peace Prize for his struggle for independence of the Tibet. And he had a lot of lecture, a lot of teaching all over the world. And his Western lecture that have awakened many intellectuals and scholars to return to Buddhist study. And now we will talking about the reason why China wants to invade Tibet. The first one is the location, because Tibet is located in the center of the Asian continent, and it has a significant strategic geographic. That is geography, economic, and demographic. And in the past, the British people tried to impose the protectorate on Tibet. And another reason is Chinese people believe that Tibet used to belong to them on the history, and they want to restore that. And I think the another important reason is because the ethnic aspect, the geopolitical nature, and the richness of the subsoil of Tibet, that make the Chinese want to invade the Tibet with own cause. And people call the Dalai Lama 14, he was born to excel. And in 1950, at the 16 years old, the Dalai Lama was called upon to assume the full political power at the head of the state and government when Tibet was threatened by the might of China. And he tried to come to the Beijing to talking with the government of the China, but everything is still in trouble. And after 8 years of occupation by China, and in 1959, the Tibetan uprising, they tried to the uprising, and they make a protest to overthrow the Chinese government. They try to make that. However, the uprising is the reason the fault that might into exile on to India. And since 1960, Dalai Lama lived in the Ramsala, that know the little Saha. This is place of the Tibetan government in exile. And of course, the Chinese they don't like Dalai Lama because he gained a lot of successful on after he was living in Tibet. And in his early year in exile, the Dalai Lama appealed to the United Nations for Tibet issue, and that result in 3 resolutions passed by the General Assembly in 1959, 1961, and 1965. And he always published the draft of the Constitution for Tibet in the form of democracy. And over the past 2 decades, Dalai Lama has established the educational, cultural, and religious institutions that have made great contributions to the preservation of the identity and the rich heritage of the Tibetan. He also met a lot of important people and the famous people like the president of some country, like the Pope, the high people on the Christianity. And he gave many teaching and the lecture for the intellectual and scholar all over the world that make the people thinking about the meaning and everything, and they want to study again to Buddhism. However, the result is not in good. In the late of 1980, the tension between Tibet and China increased until the violent peak in early 1989 with the death of many Tibetan protesters by police fire. And the Chinese Communist Party pushed the development of recent economic and campaign to remove the Dalai Lama image from the public area and private residence. And the Chinese government, they also want to force the Tibetan to study everything on new control from their control, and they drop the education tax for the Tibet student. They promote Chinese idea in the Tibet language, and China police even wear the clothes of the Tibet monk to intrusion into the Tibetan community. You can see in the picture in the bottom here. You can see the police, Chinese police. They hold the clothes of the monk, and you can see in here China and try to attack the monk from Tibet, and the picture in the middle here is a monk of the Tibet. He burned himself to protest the China. However, the looking for the help of Tibet from England and from the country kind of hopeless. It's in vain. India doesn't want to conflict with China. Nepal is paralyzed by internal war and the struggle against to the rise of the communism in its own country. And the United States also avoid own provocation. So the future for Tibet is still a question mark. And as I know that the newest announcements from the Dalai Lama 14 that he told he will not reincarnate again. So because he afraid of that, he's afraid of the Chinese people will fight other people, like they create the fake Dalai Lama. That the same with the Panchen Lama. The Lama was kidnapping on Tibet before, and after that Chinese fight other people, other kids to become the Panchen Lama. So he's scared that, so he don't want to reincarnation again.